It's your boy Zilla, yeah, aka Bang Bang, and we're here on the Hip Hop Junky radio show with Cool Ty G.
It's a Cool Ty G production.
Y'all don't make sense but create dollars. When you learn to be the MC, just holler. First things first, no, I don't have it all. I just smoke for Cinderella, I'm about to have a ball.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, I am a fan of hip-hop, and I am a fan of this dude right here. He is OZ Bravo, and welcome to the Hip Hop Junky radio show.
It's great, man. How you been, man? It's been a long time.
Chilling, brother. It's been 3 years since your last project. Why the long layoff in between projects?
Well, let me be real and say life. You know what I'm saying? First of all, life happens and, you know, it's out of your control. So, you know, certain things happen to me personally that allow me to, like, take a step back from the music. Also, professionally, as far as the music, I was going through working on another project, and I had my single, you know, that was I put out, did the video for, and I got stalled because when I actually started showing people the video, people was telling me they would see the video but they couldn't hear nothing. So I went back and I looked it up, and then I found out it was copyright infringement. Apparently, I released the beat, but I released the untagged version of it. I didn't release the actual lease that allows me to put it in videos, do shows and everything with it. So I guess, you know, YouTube found out, whatever, and then, you know, they kind of like threw the whole mute on the video, and that kind of like spiraled out of that after that. You know, that happened, you know, some things personally in my life happened. So, you know, and then also I took a step back, and I really had to realize, like, all right, you know, I have to make moves a certain way in order for me to keep the motivation and the steam going. So.
All right, but I'm a little bit confused with the lease issue. Once you lease a track from a producer, doesn't that give you permission to use it and put it up on, you know, things such as YouTube and SoundCloud without any legal issues or whatever?
Yeah, no. Different producers, I pretty much, I think all of them, they have different leases. Certain leases are just an untagged version of the beat, which means you don't hear the producer's name in the beat. You have other leases that give you a little bit more freedom as far as, you know, receiving money for the song, being able to put it on YouTube, being able to put it in commercials, being able to put it, you know, anywhere possible, any type of media outlet, be able to put that. So those leases are set up by different prices and different ranges. So, you know, I just went and leased the untagged version of it, not knowing I should have leased a better lease that allowed me to be able to use it. Therefore, I never would have ran into the whole problem with YouTube.
So I guess in a nutshell, you was going beyond your lease in terms of the dollar value and stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
What advice would you give to an artist so he or she may avoid that?
First and foremost, something I'm doing now, just, you know, lease exclusively. They have exclusive lease that allow you to give you unlimited range of dealing with the song and be able to put it out, receive as much money as from it. Also, they also have, you know, exclusive, which means you get exclusive rights, which means the beat is yours. Certain leases they allow you to give you all this free range, but then again, the producer still owns the beat. So when you do it exclusively, you know, you have it, like I said, exclusive. It's yours, and all the rights are turned over to you. And another thing is to build with these producers. You know what I mean? I've done that lately in the last year or so, building with a lot of different producers that I'm using their beats for. I hit them up and I say, hey, look, I got this track I did off your beat. Do you mind listening to it? Give me some feedback, good or bad. And some of them come back, and a lot of my feedback's been good. You know what I mean? A lot of them is giving me little tips on how I should, you know, it should sound, and, you know, I should sound whatever. But as far as the outlook, the overall thing, nobody said everything was whack or like, yo, you did your thing. Some of them even said, yo, the beat that you did, your words actually go exactly with why I made the beat. So, you know, that's always a good feeling. So build with the producers. Don't be afraid to send an email, hit them on Twitter, whatever it is, build with them. They may be 20, 30, 50,000 miles from you, but, you know, still build with them because you never know what happens.
Why at this stage in your life do you still chase this dream?
Why not? You know what I'm saying? I was always told a dream keeps you alive. And as long as you believe in it, you know what I'm saying, you can achieve it. So I think the main reason is for me is me being a father. You know, I got kids, and you know, one day they're gonna come to me with dreams and everything. And the best way to show them how to go after the dream is to basically lead by example. So they see me keep chasing it, and the same token of making sure I provide for them the way I'm supposed to as a man and a father. That I don't see no reason why I should stop. And I just got an undeniable passion for it, man. I wake up thinking about lyrics. I go to sleep thinking about videos. You know, anything with music, I'm always involved. So it's a passion that keeps me motivated. How
do you handle the dream killers?
I don't listen to them. I hear them, but I don't listen to them. Because I hear them, but listening to somebody is totally different. You can hear somebody talk all day, but listening to what they actually got to say is a big difference. I hear them enough to like take what they say and let it motivate me even more. And you know, saying what is the game without it? You know, I mean, what's the game without haters? What's life without dream killers? You know, you need them in order to build us better to make us who we are. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly. What do you think of the state of music in Jersey City?
I have a few, you know, thoughts on that. One is I think it's thriving, for one. I'm not going to say it and even lie. I think it's thriving. We have way more artists coming out of Jersey City, whether it's DJs, singers, rappers, videographers, photographers, radio hosts, whatever it be. You know what I'm saying? Promoters, club promoters, than any time I've ever seen in Jersey City. The one thing I would say about the climate is we have to, as an artist, learn to support each other. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean is that we can make way more of an impact if we just come together as a fist instead of every man trying to be a finger and poke. You know what I'm saying? If I poked you right now, you ain't gonna feel it, but if I ball my fist up and punch you, you'll feel it more. You know what I'm saying? Whether it hurt or not, but you're gonna feel it. So I figured Jersey City needs to get together as a fist and let's hit this game the way we're supposed to and get the shine we're supposed to. We already have an artist like Fetty Wap, who's from Patterson, who's, you know, killing the game, you know what I'm saying, who's taking it to a whole nother level. I think the state of Jersey has talent overall, but Jersey City, you know, together, we need to get together. I mean, it's always ego involved and, oh, I want to be the first guy to shine, I want to be this, I want to be that, instead of everybody just saying, yo, look, you know what, it may not be my cup of tea in music, but I respect the hustle behind it. I respect the passion behind it. I respect the grind behind it. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to support that. I may not be a fan of the music, but I'm going to support what you're doing because not only you from Jersey City, but you out here doing something positive. You could be out here holding guns, shooting everybody, but you out here doing something positive. So Jersey City need to come together a little bit more, be unified, kill the egos, stop all the hating, and you know what I mean, let's really let this game know what we about. You know what I mean? You know, Jersey City is legendary as it is, but they need to recognize that, and it's time we remind them. So that's my feelings on it.
Do you feel that a lot of people talk the talk over here and not walk the walk?
Some do. I think it comes back to, you know, what are you doing as an artist? You either have the thirst of being heard, or you have the hunger to be a true artist. Now, the people who have the thirst to be heard, those are the guys who are just half-assing it. I mean, you know what I mean? Pardon my language. But also guys that, you know, just feel, yo, I just want to put something out just to be putting it out. You know what I'm saying? And they really don't have no goal or no plan or no type of formation behind it or what they're going to do. You know what I mean? That was one of the main reasons I took a step away, because I felt at one point I was kind of turning into that thirst to being heard type of dude. So I had to take a step back and say, no, that's never been me. That was never me. So I don't know why my mind state and my mentality is going that way. So I started gaining the hunger for being a true artist. A lot of artists over here do that. They just want to be heard and want to be local and want to be like this. Nah, we got to think bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta start home, of course. You gotta build your home base, because no matter where you go in the world, if the world hates you, you can come back home and get love. It's all good. So we need to do that way more. You know what I'm saying? We need to, you know, stop worrying about the small picture and think about the big picture. You know what I'm saying? And once we do that, you know what I mean, the sky's the limit. You know what I'm saying? What can we not do? You know what I'm saying? So I just figure like, you know, that's, you know, less talk, more action. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell me, show me, and don't think about it, just prove. And that's the whole mentality I have now. Act, show, and prove. That's how I do it.
One thing about you is that your voice is real gravelly, and I personally think it's dope. Do you think that the artists with the voices, you know, bound to get the more sales?
Yeah, no. I feel depending on what you're saying with that voice, because you know I've heard dudes that had dope voices before in the past, and I'm like, yo, they ain't really saying nothing. And so you know, it kind of like throws you off. It kind of like defeats the purpose of having that dope of a voice, and you don't have nothing projecting out of it. And I feel that some artists can, you know what I'm saying? Because when the thing is, any artist you know, like if you listen to Jadakiss, you'll know Jada when he comes on. Like his voice is still that distinctive that you know it. DMX, you know it. Either he's gonna growl before it, or you just know by, you know, how he's coming on the track. So I've always had that problem in the beginning when I was younger. Like my voice was so high pitched, which you know was kind of funny to realize that. But
wow. You know, hold on, how old was you when you had the high pitched voice?
I was like a teenager, man. I was like from like 13 to maybe like 15.
So your voice changed over gradually at 15?
Yeah, 15, like 15, 16, my voice changed.
Oh wow.
And then, you know, like then I had to change. Like I couldn't, like, it was certain ways I would, you know, say things or do things in my voice that made it seem like it was dope at the time for my, you know, because my voice is high pitched. Then I had to change that up. But I always try to make sure, like, depending on the beat, I got to make sure my voice sounds perfect on it. Not, you know, 100% perfect, but it sounds good enough to when you hear that beat, you like, yo, it's crazy. Like I got a song called No Comparison that I use as a tool for me now whenever I record any other song, because I think that to me was the best song I ever recorded.
That's a measuring stick, would you say?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? As far as like voice wise and saying everything, tone, pronouncing every word, flipping the flow, everything was just like that. So sometimes when I get like, oh, I can't do this, I'll listen to that and I'll go right back and, you know. And
what's the name of the song? Where can it be found?
No Comparison. Go on SoundCloud right now and check that out. Also, you can go on Reverb Nation, OZ Bravo, SoundCloud too, OZ Bravo. Make sure you put the dots in after the Bravo. And, you know, it's called No Comparison. I did this song like maybe 5 years ago. I recorded it. It was for my first project called Harvest Season. You know, it's like, you know, one of them songs where I listened to, I was like, yeah, that's when I was in my, you know, not in my prime, but I felt like the voice and the character and the energy was just so great on that song. So I always use that as my stepping, you know, my tool as, you know, to do other dope tracks.
Right. And you just mentioned the spelling of your name. Why do they call you OZ Bravo anyway?
Well, OZ, of course, you know, I'm a connoisseur of the herbal essence, of course, you know, OZ. But Bravo is an acronym. It's two acronyms and one. Being real and very optimistic, which is how I think about everything. That's why I'm still doing this.
Dope.
Because I have a real and optimistic, you know, outlook. And being rude and very offensive. And you hear that when you hear like honest opinion, and you hear like I'm trying to think any other song I got. Like No Comparison is like, you know, that being rude and very offensive. Like when I do freestyles, that's that rude. And that's kind of how my personality is, depending on what day you get me. You know what I'm saying? I may be rude and offensive that day, and you know what I'm saying? So that came from me like joking. Like people was like, oh, you always a rude person. You're very offensive in certain things you said. Sometimes I didn't mean it. It was just, you know, being sarcastic, but I kind of took that and I rolled with it.
Well, it sounds like you'll fit very well in the battling scenario of today, man, because they go at it.
Yeah.
They go above and beyond to it. So the artist or offending, man.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about battling?
I did it back when it was even cool to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, not saying that it was never cool to do it, but I meant to say, like, I did it back when it wasn't even like that big of a thing now. And it wasn't even like battling. Like, you know, you go on the block, some dude raps, I'm on the block, I rap, so, you know, we go round for round. I respect them dudes too much to even step into that realm, like, seriously. Like, and it's not to say that I'm scared of anything, it's that I'm who I am, and I'm comfortable being who I am. So I wouldn't even venture out. You know what I mean? I watched the interview not too long ago, and you know, somebody said that, you know, battle rappers are always the ones that want to get in the industry. You know what I'm saying? And then the industry rappers like, oh, nah, y'all can't get in here because y'all want to battle on any track, whatever. Now the industry rappers are really starting to step into that. Like, dude, these dudes are going to eat you, man. Like, I mean, I'm not knocking you. You're an industry dude. You make songs. That's what you do. Do not step in that realm if you're not on par, up to par with anything you're doing. You know what I mean? Because them dudes take that 100% serious, and they ain't playing.
Do you think it was a mistake for Joe Buttons to go into the battling?
Yes and no. No, because, I mean, maybe the competitive side of who he is, you know what I mean, motivated him to get into that ring and say, hey, you know what, I'm going to be one of the first, besides Cannabis, who, you know, battled Disaster years before that, to go in there and really, you know what I mean, take this to a whole nother level. And yes, I feel because Joe's an industry dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that he never battled. But it's different than doing a diss track against somebody than doing a battle. Because it's a mental issue with that. It's a mental thing with it. You gotta mentally prepare yourself and get into that zone. And some of these battle rappers that I watch, I can just look at them and be like, yo, when they have a battle coming up, they're just mentally in the zone. Everything is that battle. You know what I'm saying? Everything they see is that person. Everything they do is that person. They mentally prepare themselves. It's kind of like a sports athlete. You know what I mean? Before a big game, you know, when like LeBron or Kobe, whatever, they in the finals, they got to mentally prepare themselves. You know what I mean? And battling is the same thing. It's 99% mental and 1% skill. That's all up in here. And as long as you got it all up in here, all that skill and all thing, it's just going to come out and just do it. So I feel like, you know, I tip my hat to him for doing it, but I don't think he should have, you know, stepped in there. I don't think no industry dude should go and battle because that's a whole nother realm. You know what I mean? Respect that realm and be a spectator of it and let them do their thing. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I ain't gonna front, like for me, like I watch battles and sometimes I get inspiration to go in and write. If I'm doing a freestyle and beat, I get inspiration to go in, just, you know, do some bars and stuff like that and everything. So, you know, I got nothing but respect for them dudes, you know what I'm saying? So I would never ever step into that ring, but I would love to go see one, definitely.
I think you got to be a special type of person to be able to even be in a battle, because I've seen a case where somebody's father died and the person who he was battling got up there, I'm talking about very close to this dude's face,
yeah,
and he was talking disrespectful about this man's father who just died, yo. Like, I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Could you? Let's say there was bread on the table. Which it was? There was bread on the table for that battle.
I mean, it's eat or be eaten. You know what I'm saying? I don't think.
What about morals? Damn.
I mean, yeah, you got morals, but if you look at this right now, if you got 20 stacks on that table, you don't think that dude's trying to take your head off or know some personal things about you? You know what I'm saying? Or has dug in your past a little bit and is going to use that to decapitate you? So you got to have that competitive spirit. It's kind of like, you know, the old gladiators of back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like they got into that amphitheater and they got to that, you know, that war zone, whatever. He didn't care if his father died a couple months ago. He was trying to take his head off. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I understand the morals, and I think there should be certain lines. But you know, I can't think for them. I just look at it like, yo, eat or be eaten. So they going in and do what they got to do, whatever to get that bread.
I was gonna say, where's the creativeness though? I mean, I would think that you could be creative. Like, if it's me and you battling, I think I could talk about anything than talk about your child and your mother, son. To me, that's just tasteless, my opinion.
I mean, the personals, to me, I think get a little out of hand. I understand why these dudes do it. Like I said, I understand why they go and do it. Sometimes I think the personals a little out of hand, because I remember in you know, when I first started watching battle rap, it wasn't even all about that. It was just about who had the dopest lyrics.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And who could flip, who had wordplay, who can name flip and do this and that. You know what I'm saying? But I think the personal, it kind of reminds me of wrestling in a way, because if you watch wrestling and you watch these promos, some of these wrestlers that go up against, they always pull something out of that person's personal past to use as an angle to go against that person. You know what I'm saying? When they're doing promos and they're setting up before they match. You know, you may have, like, let's say Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage going against each other. Randy's going to pull something out of Hulk Hogan's past to use against him in a promo to get the edge on him. So I think that's the same thing the battle rappers do. I think sometimes they go a little too far, but hey, who am I to say anything? You know what I mean? These dudes been doing this way longer, you know what I mean, than me. So, you know what I mean? Like, I got to just tip my hat and be like, all right, look, you know, go in and do what you got to do. But me personally, I think sometimes it goes over the line. But hey, they gotta get their bread. So,
all right. I know you deal with the producers on SoundCloud or SoundClick and things like that. Is there any producer in Jersey City that you rock with?
Nah, not at the time.
Is there a reason why?
Not a reason. I've maybe on my end, I haven't hit nobody up. I haven't reached out to anybody yet. I just been pretty much in the zone, dealing with other producers, and, you know, just writing my, you know, stuff for my upcoming album, and, you know, another project I plan on dropping this summer. But, you know, I'm still working on the other album that I'm gonna drop later on this year.
Is that the Black Phoenix?
The Black Phoenix album. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking to do Black Summer 2, which I haven't released. I did the first one like 3 years ago, so I'm looking to do that again. I got some old joints in the stash that I maybe want to put out. Nobody never heard yet. But as far as Black Phoenix, if I start, you know, I'm like maybe 40% done with that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's not 100% done, so I can always hit up a couple producers. There's a couple producers that I looked at, and, you know, that I know that I would like to work with, and, you know, maybe link up.
And that Black Phoenix, the title alone sounds serious, man. How did you come with that?
Well, Black Phoenix is the rebirth of new energy. We all know the story of the Phoenix. You know, burning ashes, rise up, better version than it was before. The word black in the way I spell it, you know what I mean? It's just like my own way, B-L-A-K, you know what I'm saying? And it's like kind of like new energy. The rebirth of new energy, meaning it's the rebirth of OZ Bravo, you know what I'm saying, of who he is, the core of OZ Bravo, the lyricism, the originality, the true to the heart, you know, music that, you know, resonates with people. But there's also, I'm giving you new energy. You're gonna hear stuff on there, you're gonna hear me on beats that you would never hear me on and be like, oh, why is he on that? But I'm also, even though I'm on those type of beats, I'm keeping the essence of who I am truly on there. So,
okay, which brings me to my next question. Do you prefer party tracks or more aggressive tracks?
I prefer both now, more than ever. Reason being, I'm doing a lot of, I'm starting doing some shows. I actually got a show coming up in 2 weeks, June 21st in Brooklyn. And I learned in the past, in the shows I did in the past, a lot of songs I had were more aggressive. Like, you know, Comparisons, The Bad MF, and, you know, the song I did My Piece, which was like True to Heart. But the crowd wasn't really there. You know what I'm saying? Some songs, they were like, you know, nod their head. But I'm also one of them dudes that grew up on so many different types of music. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to say, quote unquote, the turn up. You know what I'm saying? I like them tracks. You know what I mean? It gets the party started. So I like this album, and like this last year or a year and a half, I've been starting to, you know, write to beats like that. So I like party tracks. You know what I'm saying? It's more. I'm always gonna have those aggressive, you know, straight to the hardcore type joints. But I love the party tracks because, you know, when I'm performing and I'm doing the show, I want to make sure I get the crowd amped, and I want to get the crowd involved, and so everybody can have a good time.
All right, you got a track out with JC Dro, Great Minds. I love that track. Did y'all do that on stage? I can't see nobody sitting still for that.
Yeah, we actually performed that.
How was it?
That was one of the songs that they was liking that. The hook. I mean, it was an impromptu actually performance because Dro didn't even know he was going. I told him like, yo, I want you to get on stage. I want to do the song, and we got on stage and we did a show out in Elizabeth. and yo, they loved it. You know, the crowd was was packed enough for everybody to be like, yo, I like this, and the energy that me and him, you know, put to that song and to that performance was great. We fed off each other perfect. You know what I mean? So that song right there is always, you know, always in my heart. I love that song. You know what I'm saying? So it was great to perform that. That was one of the few songs that I didn't think that they was gonna, like, you know, be hyped about, but they was hyped. They was hyped. That
song is up there with Limelight as my 2 favorite OZ Bravo songs of all time.
Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
And I really think you should go ahead and promote that song, man. Bring it back out and like really push it. Even do a music video to it, man.
We actually had ideas of, you know, doing all that. But you know, everybody's in different places now and doing what they're doing. And once we collide and come back together, and I mean, like once we, you know, be able to get to that place where it's like, yo, we're here and we can do it. You know, definitely gonna be. I mean, it can always come back out. We do it, we record it, and actually definitely put a video to it. So that's one of my favorite songs too.
Who's doing your music videos, and what music video did you just put out?
Shout out to my man Remy, and shout out to, I don't know how to pronounce this. It's in Spanish. I think it's Los Mojejes Films. I want to say those 2 dudes. I actually met my boy Remy at a job I was working at, and you want to say something?
Yeah, what happened to the guy? I forgot his name. He's a foreign dude.
It's Martian. No, Martian. You want to stop this video or
no?
You want to keep going?
Keep going. Where is he from? I mean, where did he go? He went, Poland. He went back.
He's actually he's actually doing like more movies and art film and stuff like that now. So he's into that, and I haven't seen him in a while. So you know, the last time I talked to him was like maybe like 6 or 7 months ago. We had emailed each other about something, and he was basically asking how everything was going, and I basically let him know, and he was like, yo, just keep doing your thing. So he's actually doing that. He doesn't do too many music videos as much as he was doing before, but he's actually doing his thing now. So, you know, shout out to him. Definitely.
Okay, and I don't think we got the video that you put out. What's the name of that?
King Slang.
King Slang.
King Slang. Yeah, my man Remy did that.
It's King's Slang,
King,
right?
King.
Oh, King, it is.
King Slang. Yeah.
Okay. How did the concept on that come about?
It was just a bunch of bars on his beat. King Slang, if you listen to it, I have a certain way of saying certain words that people be like, oh, what is that? You know what I'm saying? But that's just my King Slang. And the reason I say that because I am the king of Camelot. Me, Black Camelot's my castle. And, you know, I had somebody ask me before, like, yo, why you always say you're the king and this and that? And I wanted to let them know, I'm not the king of Jersey City or Jersey, because, you know, that's not something I want to, you know, take on. I'm not the king of hip hop, because you can always have somebody come out and do that. You can always have somebody else come and be the king of Jersey. I'm the king of Camelot. Black Camelot's my castle. I'm the one that built it from the ground up, and I'm the one that's still building it. So nobody can ever take that crown from me unless I, you know, pass away. And I go on, and the only one who could be heir to the throne is my kids. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I always call myself the king of Camelot, and that's when King Slang come from.
Okay, now we about to take a left turn in the interview, okay? Alright. Let's start with the easy stuff real quick. I noticed that you maintained your weight ever since we met in 012.
Yeah.
You work out?
A little bit here and there. A lot of jobs I've had, you know, had to do with heavy lifting. So, you know, sometimes I'm lifting 75, 100-pound things here and there, like every day, 24/7, 365. So, I mean, eventually that winds up building a little mass on your body. But I don't work out extensively, like go to the gym or anything like that. I do a little calisthenics here and there and stuff like that. You know, Akon just provided 600 million people in Africa with light and energy.
You don't hear about it.
And you know, nobody's talking about it. It's other people that's promoting that and talking about it, and you know, posting that article is the only reason why it's being talked about. You know what I mean? I think Snoop went on and Twitter and said about that, and you know, he called Bruce Jenner a science project. You know what I'm saying? But I just think as a society, we tend to lean towards something that's way more controversial, and we tend to like vilify certain people than others. And you know, I think what Michael Jackson is, they wanted to find everything in the world to say something about that man. You know what I'm saying? Even the people that was, I think sometimes people was talking stuff about him while listening to his music. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to come up with stories about him with Beat It playing in the back. You know what I'm saying? Or Thriller album. You know what I'm saying? But I think with him, you know, each his own, live your life, and that's it.
True. Okay, now this one is definitely a serious issue in my opinion. All right, now you know there's an issue with us in America versus the cops. I hate to say it that way, but it's true.
Yeah.
Okay, latest thing that came out all over Facebook. The teenagers was in some part of Texas, McKinney, Texas, I believe. And the issue is there were too many blacks at this pool party, so the neighbors called the cops. The cops, he came, I don't know if you've seen the footage on, he came flying, then he flipped over, rolled like he was some action hero. He was chasing him, pulling out his gun.
Crazy.
Yeah. Do you believe that things could get better with the relationship with the police?
I think it is. I just think we both sides have to sit back and take a hard look at themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like us as a race, as an ethnicity, have to take a step back and look at ourselves, and I think the cops, they have to take a step back and look at themselves, and we have to come to an agreement. My thing is, I know people that, you know, are cops and stuff like that, and you know, you have good, you have bad, and I'm not here to choose sides or anything like that. What I'm trying to say is that, you know, figure out a medium in between, and it has to be way more of a relationship. And I think the more that the media glorifies that and puts this, that, and the third, this and that, and the third, and it just basically takes over the news, and there's nothing being done about it, then there's a problem, because the problem continues. There's never a solution to that. The government needs to come up with a solution. They need to sit all these cops down and come up, and they have to, you know, redo the procedures on how cops approach certain situations. Because some of these cops are just approaching it with a gun home mentality, like, okay, we're gonna act first and ask questions later. When 9 out of 10 times I wind up, you know, resulting in somebody's death or somebody getting beat for the wrong reasons. So, you know, we all need to step back and take a look. You know, and not just, you know, us, but cops too. And I'm not just saying blacks. I think all people. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's crazy because, you know, a lot of the stuff that's been happening with the cops has involved African Americans. I mean, but that's been going on for years. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's doing nothing about it. Can it get better? It only can get better with communication. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only way we find a solution to the problem. We all have to sit back. We have to come and have a sit down. Procedures on how cops approach situations have to be changed a bit, I think, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I mean, it's always room for change, and it's always room for things to get better. I just hope it does. That's it. What
about changes in the hiring process? How they pick these individuals?
Yeah, I mean that's a big part of it too. You know what I mean? Because I believe a mental you know, test or, you know, goes on with these cops. You know what I'm saying? You have to take a psychological test to figure out if you're crazy. Because if you're crazy, I'm not putting a gun in your hand. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna go out there and want to shoot everybody walking. But
they do. I want to say they do that. I think what they should do is first they give you that initial test. Then after you're actually an officer for some certain time, whether you've been involved in the incident or not, they should give it to you again.
Yeah.
Just to see where your mind is.
You know, especially after an incident like that, you know, you have to figure out where that person's mind is, because a cop's mentality changes once he figures he's involved or has part of somebody dying. You know what I mean? That can mess anybody's head up. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I think, you know, better procedures and you know, we have to find a medium. We have to find a way to come, you know, to an agreement on somehow. So,
right.
You know, that's my thoughts on it.
All right, we at the end of this interview, man. It's been a great interview.
Appreciate it.
I want you to kick a verse, man.
Well, I'm about to kick this verse for this new track I'm doing, featuring my man Traffic. It's called Black Velvet. Close my eyes, open up, look up to the sky. Ask the universe, please, can you tell me why you put a guy like me in these positions? The talk is truth and hopefully somebody listens. But things don't go as planned, so it comes to twists. I own my own couple of plots to the list. Make the switch, now I'm OZ 365. Me and my pen, new state of mind, knitting the line. Girl, I hear you crying, but I can't wipe your tears. I'm too busy riding, can't babysit your fears. You need to have a couple beers and just chill out. Moved on now, it's time to bring the real out. Let me project my vision, authentic intuition. Time to complete the mission. I'm exactly what's missing. That old soul, take control. Ain't no feeling like it. If you love what you hear it, imagine how I felt to write it.
Yeah.
Black Velvet. OZ Bravo, Black Camelot. Got a show June 21st, live at the Flat in Brooklyn. I'm also performing in Jersey City 5 days later, the 26th. You know what I'm saying? So come check me out.
Where's that show at in Jersey City?
On Fairmont, I think it's a Rose Palace. That's the name of the whole event. So I'll be there. Go online right now. Go to ReverbNation/OZ Bravo. Look at all my music. My video right now, King Sling, out. Go to SoundCloud, OZ Bravo. Check me on Twitter at Mr. August 5th. That's MRAUG5TH. Catch me on IG, OZ Bravo. Look forward. Black Summer 2 coming this summer. You know what I'm saying? And later on this year, Black Phoenix, Rise from the Ashes. I'm OZ Bravo. I'm chilling with my man Hip Hop Junky. Cool tie. Chicka. G. Yeah.
Yo, give a couple of shots before you roll, man.
Give a shout to my man JC Dro, of course. You know what I'm saying? Always.
JC Dro, what is it?
You know what I'm saying? Been my partner for like over, you know what I mean, this music for like the last 7 years. So, you know, we still, you know, going strong. He's doing his thing. I'm doing mine. It's always, great. Shout out to the whole Jersey City as a whole. Everybody doing their thing, definitely. You know what I'm saying? I want to shout out to my man Masquerade Beats, who actually is the producer of my new single that I'm dropping today at 4:20. You know what I'm saying? It's called I'm a Fighter. One of my most personal songs ever. You know what I mean? Just let me talk my truth, and I need y'all to listen. Also, I want to give a shout out to my kids. I love y'all. Todd, Justin, Ella. Daddy loves you. This is why I do it. It's for y'all. Shout out to my family. As you know, FCF is on my arm. Family comes first. First comes family. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody. You know what I mean? I want to give a recipe shout out to my man Keith McMurray, aka Mr. Infamous. His birthday's tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? It's been 13 years. Coming up in 13 years since we departed this earth. Shout out to his whole family. Just shout out to everybody, man. If you're doing your thing, and you out here and you still moving, keep it, man. Ability gets us to the top. It's character that keeps us there. The only way you fail is when you stop doing it. So, I'm OZ Bravo. I holla.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is OZ Bravo. Thank you so much for your time, brother.
All right.
All right.